Hello and welcome back to our channel. Make sure that you subscribe to this channel for more videos like this. And leave a comment down below saying, I subscribed. And we will try our hardest to personally reply to your comment.
Have you ever wondered about getting a Botox treatment for softening fine lines and wrinkles? Or are you curious what you should be doing before and after? Well, stay tuned because I'm going to dish the goods on everything you need to know about before and after your Botox treatment. Be sure to check out my other video where we actually show you the Botox treatment in action, what it looks like, what the whole process is all about. Be sure to check out that video. If you're thinking about getting Botox, here's what you need to know to reduce your side effects and maximize your treatment outcome. We have the very beautiful Laura here who's just received her Botox treatment, and we're going to talk about what she needs to do afterwards to reduce things like an asymmetric smile or a droopy eyelid. Okay, Laura, the most important thing you need to do after Botox is to stay upright for 4 hours. The reason for that is Botox can actually migrate up to a centimeter. So that's why I do those very specific markings so that I'm very precise where the Botox is placed. But if you were to go onto your side, what could happen is the Botox could migrate and you could potentially be affecting some of your eyelid levator muscles, causing an eyelid droop. And of course you don't want to have that experience. So stay upright for 4 hours at least. That's really important. That means no massages afterwards or facial treatments or anything like that. You want to just chill out for the rest of the day. If you're going to work out on the day when you have your Botox procedure, do it in the morning, but I wouldn't recommend you do it right now. I also wouldn't recommend that you get your heart rate up for the rest of the day because that could actually elicit a little bit of swelling in the area. We've injected the skin with tiny needles, and of course I was very gentle. I was a pediatric nurse before this. I'm used to being very gentle with my clients. But you don't want to cause any swelling or inflammation in the area, and that would occur if you got your heart rate up. So if you're doing too much and you're just feeling a little bit of pressure, especially around the eye area where you were treated, just back off, listen to your body. It's telling you to just slow down. You may get a headache or sense of nausea afterwards, or basically flu-like symptoms. This doesn't happen every time, but it can happen. This sensation should dissipate within about a day or so. Blurred vision or double vision can also happen, and of course in very rare instances, allergic reactions. You may also notice some slight asymmetry within the first 2 weeks after your treatment. If you think about it, this orbicularis oculi muscle is a separate muscle from this side, so one side might actually kick in a little bit faster than the other side. Don't worry about that. Give everything about 2 weeks to really kind of settle and reorganize itself. Same with the smile. You might actually notice some minor asymmetries at first, but then again, give it a couple weeks, then everything should level off. Also, there's no need to ice after Botox because it's been placed perfectly, and in fact, pressure or massage could cause it to migrate into unintended muscle groups and cause facial drooping or asymmetries, which of course is not what we want. That's why I take the time to place it so perfectly. So don't do anything, just stay upright for 4 hours, keep your heart rate low, just hang out for the rest of the day. Things like neuromodulators can diffuse, and the different brands of neuromodulators, including Botox, Dysport, and Xeomin, migrate at different amounts, but on average they migrate about a centimeter. And this is called diffusion. So there's this little subtle nuances between each product, but in general they all work pretty similarly in my experience. Okay, here's the most important thing you need to avoid before any type of surgery or injectable treatment. That includes your Botox and dermal fillers, and that is to avoid blood thinning products. Laura, that includes alcohol, St. John's wort, vitamin E, omega supplements. Usually people forget about the omega supplements and think, oh, this won't make a difference, and it turns them into a leaky faucet when I go to do their treatments. So if your blood is thinned, what happens when I go and do the tiny injections, you can just bleed a little bit more. So I do everything I can to reduce the risk of bruising by avoiding your blood vessels. But if you've had blood thinning products in your system over the last few days before your treatment, it's absolutely going to increase your risk for developing bruising. And we don't want that, right? So avoid blood thinning products before. It doesn't really matter so much for after. If you're having dermal fillers, I would recommend afterwards also. Even a glass of wine the night before your injectable procedure is going to increase your risk significantly for bruising. Even just one, don't do it. Okay, here's the most important piece of advice I have for you. always take a look at your potential injector. If they look a bit non-human, you might start to look non-human in the future as well. In case you haven't noticed, or in case you aren't following some of the plastic surgeons in places like Beverly Hills or in the States, I find that American injectors are a little bit more open about this. You can see selfies of different plastic surgeons or dermatologists or nurse injectors doing their own Botox or filler. So yes, if people are good at what they do, they should actually be dexterous enough to do their own treatments. So always take a look at who's potentially doing your treatment. If they look a bit crazy, maybe try and find another provider. But if they have a look that you like, or they look more healthy and natural to you, that could be an indicator of the type of look that you would end up with afterwards also. And of course, always use your sound judgment when you are in the process of finding a professional, qualified provider to provide these treatments for you. These are not spa treatments, these are medical treatments. And only ever see a qualified, registered medical provider to provide your treatments for you. And I repeat, never, ever, 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 ever. I don't know how many times I can say this enough. Don't look for the best deal. Don't go on Groupon, because honestly, the best injectors aren't going to put their products on sale because they don't have to. You do pay for what you get sometimes. And I have seen it happen where clients have come to me after they've sought out a good deal, but Botox can even be watered down. It comes frozen, and we reconstitute the Botox with normal saline. And some clinics, I bet you anything, when they have a sale, they add a little extra normal saline to it to over dilute it just a little bit. So take that into account. The verdict is out, in my opinion, on whether or not we need to do facial muscle exercises after the Botox to work its way into the muscle groups. Honestly, I don't bother doing that after my treatments, and my treatment's perfect every single time. So if you forget to do your facial exercises, not the end of the world. It probably won't even make a difference. I've yet to see literature to suggest that massage before and after, not massage, but actual facial muscle exercises. That's an important distinction, because if you massage your face after Botox, you're gonna end up looking like you had a stroke or Bell's palsy, unfortunately. So just don't. Don't ice, don't touch, don't massage, just leave it. There you have it. Everything you need to know about what to do before and after your Botox treatment. Be sure to comment, share this with a friend. I'm sure you learned something. Let me know in the comment section down below. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks so much for joining us, Laura. For the best rejuvenation tips and professional insight in some of the most effective products and procedures of today, make sure that you follow me and subscribe to this channel. Let me know if you've ever had a rejuvenation treatment, or if you are considering treatments and you might have a question for me in the comment section down below. I would love to hear from you.